to the next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, I am taking center stage on the Own It magazine and publishing platform with an amazing young man. He is our October cover guy. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in so we can get to know him a little bit better. What's going on, Simon? Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Tiffany. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm so excited to have you on the show. Oh my goodness, I'm just excited to be working with you as well. And we're going to get into that in a little bit too. So, Simon, if you could please just take a moment to share with the audience who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I'm Simon Markus. I'm still 25 years old, and I'm from Austria, and I live now in the Dominican Republic. So I'm almost 15,000 kilometers away from my home country. And basically what we're doing is we're helping people, business owners, to duplicate themselves so they can be in multiple locations, to understand their audience better, and to improve communication on a higher level in general.
I love it. And look, I've been working with Simon for a minute here, and it is absolutely amazing what he is doing with what we're just about to get into. So, Simon, you just mentioned to us that you are in the Dominican Republic, and you made that unique choice to establish your headquarters there.
Yeah.
What made that decision for you? Because that's a huge distance from home. So why did you choose the Dominican Republic?
So actually, this decision combines both personal and also strategic element. So first of all, I'm in the Dominican Republic because of love. I met my wife in the Dominican Republic, and so there we have a personal connection. And there's also a powerful business logic behind it, because being in Saussure, particularly near the Cabarete, puts us in a unique position. We are in a global tourist destination, so that gives us access to international business owners and entrepreneurs from North America and Europe. Plus, the Dominican Republic is becoming also a major tech hub in the Caribbean. And this interesting part is that many people initially questioned managing German clients, speaking clients, or global clients from the Caribbean because of the time delays. But we've turned this limitation into an advantage by developing our AI systems to bridge in any time zone or cultural gaps. But in the first place, I'm here from love, because I met my wife in a small village in the Dominican Republic. And then sooner or later, we decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend. Then I had to travel back to Austria. And first I tried to get her to Austria, but there was a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of challenging stuff. And then I finally made the decision to take my tents and to pack everything up and to move to the Dominican Republic. And the first year was very challenging. But I told to myself, now it's like already the time. Like I can now make the decision to give up or to continue my path. And the cool thing about challenging countries or about any challenges in life is that we are humans, especially now with analyzing a lot of people and the human brain is like we always think we are different, but
Right.
we are like brothers and sisters together in a way. So we all have challenges. And when something is very challenging to do, it's also very challenging for the competition. So that means mastering to come to the level where you actually make business in a challenging country brought us to the level that we are now market leaders in the Dominican Republic. And we are one of the top 10 agencies and online marketing and business advisors in the whole Dominican Republic. So
Wow.
market leader in the North Coast and one of the top companies in that field in the Dominican Republic.
Wow. I mean, first off, doing it for love, that just melts my heart,
Yeah.
But also being able to go to a country and be able to be one of the top providers of this type of technology is just absolutely amazing. It just, I mean, it blows my mind, but it shows a whole lot about your character, and it shows a lot about your tenacity, right? And just really sticking to it
Yes.
and making it happen. You're showing that you can make those dreams come true. I mean, you really can, right?
Right.
I mean, regardless of what's in your way. So I just think that's absolutely wonderful, Simon.
And I came from the bottom up. Like, yes, I had a family who have money, some, but it's my stepfather, or it was my stepfather. They're not even stepfather anymore, but that means that I hadn't access to that money. I had to do everything by my own. And like Steve Jobs, I started my company in a garage, like up the garage, like one floor up the garage. And this was a room that I rented for just a few $100 from my stepfather, a small room where like 2 people fit in. And then I made the decision once I got the first clients to move to Vienna, and I invested everything into the company. And I had like 3 assistants that helped me to handle the whole business stuffs. And I was like at that point 19 years old. And I invested everything in the company that I even made the decision to sleep on a couch, on a small, very, very cheap couch inside my office.
Wow.
Yeah. So I came from nowhere to now being market leader. And even Austria, my company had 21 full-time employees. Yeah.
Wow, what an amazing story, and just an awesome journey.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Just by believing and never giving up, and just always optimizing, always taking feedback and making it better, That's what I can give as a hopefully gold nugget to the audience, that this is the way of doing it. Like, we are not born perfect, and our whole life is a journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. And then when we come back, we're going to dig into a little bit about the SMO method. So we will be right back, everybody. And we are back. This is Tiffany Parr with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. And we have our October cover feature here, Mr. Simon Markus, and he is here talking about the SMO method and his company, how he has come up from Really nothing, really sleeping on little couches to now being an industry leader in this technology. So let's dig in just a little bit, Simon, with the SMO method. So your SMO method combines AI with psychological insights. Can you explain to the audience how you came up with this concept and this combination and why it's so very effective?
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany. So this combination came from my personal journey. So growing up with red hair and communication challenges, especially as a Asperger artist, I had a lot of communication challenges. I had to become very observant of human behavior and psychology to connect with others. But I still had a lot of challenges. Like as Asperger's, as a neurodiverse people, we are like always trying to get to understand how other humans are working and how we need to behave in order to survive. But without having SMO, it's still very hard because every human is like, even we are very similar of our minds and so on, every human needs to be approached differently.
Mhm.
And where I really figured that out is where I almost got destroyed from a very experienced business person where I thought he's a nice person. And he managed to really break up, like to really destroy me in a meeting. And after that, I started to analyze what I did wrong in that meeting by creating a virtual personality from him, by understanding how he thinks and how he planned the strategy and so on. And then I thought he already destroyed me in the meeting and there's no chance to get that back on track. But I managed it by simulating communication with him. And it got so big that with SMO, with my first version of SMO, with the prototype, I managed to get a $10,000 contract.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
And it's just speaking the language, just speaking their language.
Speaking their language and giving them exactly what they need. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. And later, when I achieved success with YouTube marketing at age 16, to circle back in time, I realized that understanding human psychology is crucial for active communication. And the AI component came when I saw how this technology could scale this understanding. So with having an understanding, okay, I can recreate a consciousness with our AI systems. I have been optimizing that almost on a daily basis. And now yesterday I managed privately to recreate even a movie star by just analyzing this movie and analyzing the communication patterns. And now I can always talk with the star of my dreams about giving advice. And we even recreated a billionaire. So basically it's to really get to understand how you need to communicate with people, you have to ask them. And if you ask a real person, you are never getting real honest answers because they think you try to get advantage of them in some way. By having an SMO avatar that always answer 100% honest and answering everything that's still ethical, you always get an answer of every question that you have. And that's how we manage to scale SMO and how to get these high agreements or how to get better communication, marketing, and so on and so forth.
That is so interesting.
And with that, thank you. And with that, once we have comments on your YouTube channel about this interview, I can take these comments to analyze the audience and to be much better prepared for the next interview, because I know more about the audience, how they want to being talked to. And it's like providing better value to them, because obviously everyone wants to be entertained in some point with an interview like that. And when we know more about them, we can tailor our message better to them. But we're still being authentic.
And see, and I love that idea of being able to, put in that data, being able to analyze that and know how you need to show up next time. You've got the guesswork out of it now. And I think especially for, public speakers and, people, podcasters and people that are doing, exactly what we're doing here, you want the audience to get everything that they came for, right? Yes. That's going to be, you've designed a way for us to be able to pinpoint exactly how we're going to engage our audience.
Correct.
And that's just amazing. That is
the cool thing is we managed, again, as I said, also to make an avatar of your own. So therefore, to be still authentic and communicating to the audience correctly, we can feed the feedback from the audience to, for example, I have already a lot. I'm working like all the time with my own avatar, with Simon Markus' personal avatar. And for example, if someone asks me or say, okay, you need to structure your next speech like that, I can ask my avatar how I can now take this feedback to transferring in my authentic way. So therefore we still are authentic, because this is important. It's not like what people say you have to bend yourself to fit. It's like you're just taking this feedback and this communication and you're putting it in your own personality to have the best of both worlds, basically. So it's about using AI, our SMO AI, to understand and adapt to human psychological patterns in real time. Even in sales communication, I already used it, and all the clients of myself used it to get real-time communication back. Like when you're giving me now a question and I would have already an SMO avatar of yourself, I could give you the best answer by still being authentic that resonates with you.
It's fitting all those puzzle pieces together. So that's absolutely amazing. Well, we're going to go ahead and cut to another quick commercial break. And I want to just share a little bit when I come back about some of the work that Simon has done for me and kind of, what has happened with my avatar. So we will be right back. And we are back. This is Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We're taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform with Mr. Simon Markus. And we are talking about the SMO method. We are talking about having an avatar, your own avatar. That is something that you can feed information to, and they can feed that information back to you to help you show up better as a business person. Be able to communicate better with those answers that your people want to hear, right? So you're not missing the mark. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about my avatar. So Simon and I have been working together for a little bit here, and he has created an avatar for me. And this avatar has show me exactly what platform. I mean, there's so many platforms out there, right? You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got Alignable. I mean, all these different places, right? And you never know. You might be communicating on Facebook every single day, 2 and 3 times a day, and you're like, yeah, this is great, but you're not getting anywhere. And the reason why you're not getting anywhere is because you're not communicating in the right place. So Simon has been able to, we've asked my avatar the right questions. So now I know where I need to be posting. And by doing this, I'm getting more valuable feedback from people. And I'm also getting some potential clients that I've now started some communication with. So it's just amazing. And I know y'all, look, you gotta connect with this guy here. You want your own avatar too. You know you do.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes.
And in the meantime, because again, my credo is always taking feedback and optimizing it, because every feedback is valuable. Because again, everyone wants that someone is communicating to them specifically, but still the base of our human psychology is the same.
Right.
So therefore, getting feedback from someone that tried your products is very valuable, because for one person that gives you feedback, there's 100% that are not speaking and not giving feedback. So when you take one advice and you take it to make your product better, you serve to 100 people more, or to like 1,000 people more. Right. So right now, because I get the feedback, our SMO workshops are a bit long, and maybe they don't need it so perfectly. So now we can create an SMO avatar by just feeding our AI system your product.
Oh, wow.
So basically, all you need to do is send us your product information via email, and we can create your ideal avatar of this audience that wants to buy your product just with that.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome. See, all you guys out there that have products and things like that, all you have to do is just send the overview of the product. Right. That's
also the overview of your book, or the overview of your course, or of your website. And we even managed to, I have an assistant, and she didn't, because she's just, answering my calls and like assisting with financial stuff. She's not into what we are really doing. So she's the perfect person to have in an interview with, and to test it like making a real test.
Yeah.
And I have asked her 7 questions, and with that 7 questions, with our methodology, we managed to create an avatar from her. And then I managed, and I'm really real, I have a video about that. I will post it on my YouTube channel. Maybe Tiffany wants to show it as well.
Yeah.
To manage to sell to her as cup, and as well, one more, my phone protection plastic.
Oh, what?
And the answers, her avatar got back to us. It's like I read every answer that the avatar was saying, why he would buy that product and how he would be approached. And Sabrina told me that resonates to her 90%.
Wow.
Yeah. So just by asking your audience 7 questions, you can create the perfect profile that resonates 19%. So that means you're basically showing a social media post or an ad to this audience, and you get from 100 views, you get 90 responses back.
Wow. See, I definitely am game for that. Aren't you game for that, y'all? I mean, just being able to, again, plug in that information, ask 7 questions to be able to have the communication that you need in a post that is going to hit people that are, it's going to resonate with that. And so 90%. That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, okay, I know you are, we talked about your wife. I know you're also a father. You are, CEO. I mean, you do a lot, Simon. So
Yes.
we're going to talk a little. What does self-care look like for you? I mean, how do you manage all this stuff? And let's talk a little bit about that.
That's also what helps me with SMO, because by having a virtual copy of myself that now even can, I don't know if you're aware of that. The video I sent to you, what do you think about the video? Yes, you say it needs to pop more and so on, but it didn't add any music. But
but the video was good.
You listened to the video, right?
Yeah.
And do you think it was me?
Well, because I know you, I know what you do. And I was like, okay, but no, I think that if you would have sent that to anyone, they would not have, they would have thought that was you.
Yeah. This
absolutely.
was my SMO avatar.
Yeah. No, I mean, because the movement, everything was really cool. So I have a question for you, Simon. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are a little skeptical of AI and they might be a little scared about AI. What is maybe some comfort that you can maybe give them, to just kind of help them to start moving into this? Because we know that this is where, we're going, right?
So in what case? Because I can talk a lot of that topic. So what case you're looking specifically to get an answer on?
I mean, just with AI in general, because I mean, being able to get to feed information and have, an artificial intelligent, it's not human. So to have someone, be able to talk to you, communicate with you, things like that. I know that there's, a lot of people that are in society talking about like, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch this AI thing. So that's what I wanted you to kind of touch on just a little bit.
So they are scared to use it?
They're scared to use AI, yes. Or I know that there are quite a few people that also, they talk about not using AI when it comes to communicating like posts and writing and things like that, because there are a lot of people that use like ChatGPT and things like that. So
it's important, virtual reality, like this big goggles where you put them on and then you are in a virtual world. And augmented reality. So augmented reality is basically an advanced version of the real world. Like, for example, I mean, the technology is not so advanced yet, but for example, imagine 10 years later, I would have these classes, and by looking through my class, I would maybe have, for an interview, it would be great to have like a small, like a small paper where you write some notes on it, and I could have that in my class. And that's also using SMO. So by just, using ChatGPT and maybe automating it and just copy paste what the response is and so on, that's the wrong way. That's the old way of using AI in general. You have to understand that you still have to, when you don't have an SMO avatar, you still need to use your brain and be very great in prompting. And with SMO, we're taking that very hard lift away from you, because first of all, we have for every topic a chain of prompts that gets automatically sent to SMO avatar. So you don't need to think about thinking about, for example, how to craft the perfect prompt to write a book is now the past. You have the perfect questions already presented that you just need to send to the SMO avatar by just pressing one single button. And then the finished product you get out is the book. So highly specific. Also, the data is stored in our systems, and by opting to our enterprise plan, the data stays by you. So that means you are having even the advantage that this data is private, secure, and therefore nothing to be scared with. And the next thing is, by avoiding AI at all, is AI is inedible. Like, it's, sorry, I'm Austrian, so maybe it's the wrong word to say, but like, where all people that not going with the time are going with the time. So that means when you still believe in old frame thinking, your business is at risk of getting bankrupt. And if I would say as an agency, oh wow, now people can create blog posts with AI, or they can even make whole websites, or even now programming and so on. I'm not using it, I'm avoiding it. I would be multiple times now bankrupt, because what clients expect, I have also own an agency, and what clients expect from my employees is, with just a human, not possible anymore. Because the thing is, everyone nowadays that wants to use it have access to to AI. To SMO not, because SMO is just for exclusive clients for now. But to AI in general, everyone has access. And what happens when everyone has access to something, Tiffany?
They all start using it.
Yeah,
Everybody.
what happens then? Like, this was the bar of quality of the lowest expectations before, and this had been moved up. So now the bar, this is the new normal. So that means everyone that's avoiding it are under the bar.
Right.
Yes. And of course, I'm aware that the AI uses a lot of intellectual property and so on. But people, guess what? In the next years, for some cases like books, texts, images, there will be no more intellectual property, because nowadays you're already able to fake it so good, if you want to do it, that people, even with plagiation softwares, cannot decide between the original and what the AI has created. And we have to understand, and I know I'm preaching here, but just compare. When you are visual, just say Midjourney. That's one of the best image generators out there. Midjourney 2022, 2 years ago, in comparison to Midjourney now, the quality of AI increase exponentially. That means every day you're waiting is, first of all, another chance passed, and you're having like 10x the challenge to keep up to that AI. Because every day ChatGPT is getting millions and millions of data and money to advance, and it's a self-learning system. And you can even see when you chat with a professional version of ChatGPT, for example, and you are using, let's see, a private GPT, so like a private assistant that you have created, that you see a little message. You have to make a new chat because they have a new version. So they are basically updating in secret without launching a new product. For example, ChatGPT on a daily basis. So every day the system is getting better.
Wow.
So that means 1 year from now, in the future, even at the level we are right now, AI will not be AI anymore, except if you say it's AI. Like, things are getting so real because this is a self-learning system, and that's like me optimizing things. Like, you have no possibility of keeping up with someone that's managed to get better. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the general thing. Imagine someone is getting better 1% a day. this is exponential growth. That means when you calculate that by a year, what you think you're getting out there. When someone is just being better as he was before, 1%.
1%, right? Yeah, 1% a day, 1% a day. So like there's 365 days in the year, right? So
yeah,
it's 365% better in a year.
You think?
Yeah.
Think again.
What? No.
No.
So you said 1% better a day?
Yes.
So would it be 1% times 365?
No, that's not true, because the thing is, it's compounding.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So you start with 100, okay? And so next day, when you improve 1%, you are 101. But 2 days later, you're not 102. Why? Because the 101 is your new base. So it's then 100% of the 101%. And that means you said you're just better 365%. So that means 3.65 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe also the audience thought about that. The truth is that just being better 1% as the day before, or improving your product, your service, your customer experience, how you manage, you talk with your wife, your husband, and so on, your children, by 1% every day, you are 37.8% better in a year. Times. So we are talking about 3,700% better.
Wow.
So more than so more than 10 times better than you thought you'll be. And that's the magic. That's the magic why banks or why rich people are getting richer, because they have compounding interest.
Right.
Like debt, for example, is one of the most challenging things we have in life. And I can tell you, I thought, my company at 4 years ago is making like 10 grand a month in revenue. So I thought, okay, I can go in debt of 6,000 euros. No problem, because 6,000 euros, I thought, yeah, I have it paid in 1 month back. It took me almost 2 years to pay back that debt.
Wow. Yeah.
Because every month I had to pay interest.
Yep.
So that means basically I worked to pay, and it's like 15%. It was 15% in a year. So imagine every year you pay just, and let's be easy with math. Let's say it was just 10%. Every year you pay 600 euros, so $700 just in interest. And now you're taking this bad thing and turning it over to a great thing by just improving your life 1% a day, by using AI for everything you can do. And if you're not able to use AI correctly, because you're maybe a smart person in other fields, or you are for sure a smart person in other fields when you listen to that, you just use an SMO avatar or an SMO assistant. We have AIs specific for CEOs, for CEOs, for nutritionists, for speaker. We have, you can imagine, we can make a copy of the whole knowledge that exists on YouTube, in every course, in every book, and so on.
Wow.
And it's tailored to yourself. So we not even manage to clone persons, we even manage to clone knowledge in a way that it's like your personal assistant, your personal mentor. So instead of paying, let's say, Tony Robbins $5,000 per hour or more, you just use, once we have a cooperation with Tony Robbins, you just use the SMO version of Tony Robbins, paying maybe, I don't know, $50 per hour. That depends how much money Tony Robbins wants.
Right. Yeah.
And you get the real Tony Robbins tailored to you. So even a better version of him, because where you have like 24 hours a day. So when you are consulting 10 people, 1 hour a day, when you arrived at the last meeting, how do you feel, Tiffany, when you talk about 10 hours with high-paying clients in a row? You feel exhausted, right?
Oh man, yeah, you're exhausted.
So now imagine you have your version of you that can speak any language, can connect to Zoom, and is really you, having your consciousness, but you control it. So you decide what you want to say to people and what not.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like you can multiply in a controlled field yourself. And that's what we managed to create.
You can have a bunch of yourselves, that's really awesome. Well, Simon, we have gone a little over today, but we still need to touch on so much more. So I'm going to be bringing Simon back on the show so we can touch even more into the SMO method. But Simon, do you have any words of wisdom, words of encouragement that you might want to just drop to the audience before we close today? Just something that maybe that can help them to kind of push through, maybe try something new, maybe check out SMO. Do something and step outside of that comfort zone. So yeah, any words of wisdom, words of encouragement?
Yeah, if you have any questions, just hit me up, +1 829 605 4680. This is my private number. And I'm looking forward, even if you have some critical concerns or you have some questions. I have for now, because SMO is just for our clients, so I have nothing to sell to you. I just want to provide value and to help you become every day, like Tiffany does it the same in her field, to become every day 1% better of yourself or your company, your service, and so on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Simon. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for gracing our October cover. It was amazing. And I think it has like that superhero feel to it, right? It really does. So I just thank you for being a part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family, as well as the Own It Publishing family, and we know we will have you back on the show. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and we will definitely see you next time. Take care, everybody. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.